Welcome to the video lecture series of electronic devices. This is lecture number 20 and today's topic is Hall effect. Let us begin. The Hall effect describes the behavior of the free carriers in a semiconductor when applying an electric as well as a magnetic field. So when a specimen carrying a current I is placed in a transverse magnetic field B, then an electric field E is induced which is in the direction perpendicular to both I and B. And this particular phenomena is known as Hall effect. So in today's lecture you are going to understand the Hall effect and you have to derive the expression of Hall coefficient as well. But before going for that particular derivation, you must understand why Hall effect may be used for. What is the importance of Hall effect? Importance of Hall effect. Hall effect tells about whether the semiconductor is a p-type or n-type. It is used to measure concentration. Hall effect is used to measure mobility as well. It is helpful to measure magnetic flux density, and if there is a requirement to calculate power in electromagnetic wave, Hall effect can be used. So these are all the purposes for which Hall effect can be successfully applied and used. To explain the concept of Hall effect and to derive the mathematical expression, let us consider the n-type semiconductor. And according to the Hall effect statement, if there is a current carrying semiconductor and if the current is flowing in the positive x direction and the direction of the magnetic field which is in the z direction, so magnetic field means you can draw in this particular direction. So what would be the direction of electric field? Electric field direction must be perpendicular to both I and B. It means the direction of electric field will be in the y direction. This is the direction. Now let us understand while considering a case of n-type semiconductor. If this is a n-type semiconductor bar, so here you can see if the electric field is applied in plus x direction, positive x direction, then electrons which are available and which are the majority charge carriers in n-type, they will move towards the left, means towards minus x direction. So what will happen over here? Because of this magnetic field as well, let us draw this direction of magnetic field which is the z direction. What will happen over here? Here Lorentz force will act on the electron and you can calculate this Lorentz force as this will be what? Lorentz force on electron you are calculating. So this term would be F is equal to charge on the electron is minus Q, velocity with which electron is moving, and since it is moving in minus x direction, this is minus x, cross product with magnetic field, and the direction of magnetic field is z. So from here you can see minus x into z and its cross product. So from here you will get to know that this force will act in minus y direction. So what will happen now? Because this force will deflect electrons in minus y direction, it means it is deflecting electrons in downward. If we say this is the first phase, this is the second phase, so electron will deflect towards the downward, means towards the bottom phase. So what will happen? Now this side of this semiconductor bar, it will be negatively charged because the electrons are bending towards down, and this particular topmost layer, it will be positive charged. You can draw it like this. and this is happened because this force which is being exerted on the electrons, and because of this electron is bending towards down. So because of this, you can see upper plate is positively charged while the lower is the negatively charged. So it will gives a rise to a potential difference which can be represented as VH, means this will be the positive negative. So you can draw this potential as VH, and this VH is known as built-in Hall voltage. So here VH is what? Built in Hall voltage. And EH, which is the induced Hall electric field. There is a induced Hall electric field which is denoted as EH. Let us write this term as induced Hall electric field. And you know that E, electric field, can be written as what? This is V upon D. V is the voltage and D is for that particular distance. So from here you can write it as EH, which is the induced electric field. This would be what? VH, which is the built-in voltage, that is known as the Hall voltage, upon D. And you have to remember this particular equation nicely because it is being utilized in number of cases. You can understand the case for holes as well. Means while considering P-type semiconductor, here N-type semiconductor is being taken. If you are considering P-type semiconductor, so in that case what will happen? In case of P-type semiconductor, bottom plate will be positively charged while top plate or top surface will be negatively charged because of the movement of electrons and holes as well. So in this case, what would be the Hall voltage, built-in potential? This is negative, this is positive, so it can be drawn in this particular type. So this is how you can explain and you can understand how this particular force is being developed and how to calculate it. Moving ahead. To calculate the Hall field, we first calculate the Lorentz force acting on the free carriers. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate Hall field. First, calculate Lorentz force acting on free carriers. What would be this term? I have told you earlier as well. This F will be what? Q, which is the charge, electric field, plus V into B. This is the cross product. Let us say this is equation number 1. Now, assume that carriers can only flow along the x direction. Means carriers flow along x direction and label their velocity as Vx. So by assuming carriers are moving along x direction and their velocity is Vx. Since carriers are moving along x direction, it means net force must be 0 along y and z direction. Means net force must be 0 along y and z direction. How to write it? This term you can write as Fy, which is equal to Q electric field in y direction minus velocity in x direction and magnetic field in z direction. So this is equal to 0. But here you have written this function, this force F is in y direction. So how you have written over here? Just to understand it, you know that why this particular force is in y direction. You know force can be written as what? Minus Q, charge on the carrier, into electric field. And since this particular electric field, this is in minus y direction, and minus, it is being multiplied with minus Q. Q is a charge, but symbol is minus. So minus and minus y means this particular force will act in y direction. Therefore, here you have written f of y. So I hope now this particular term is being clear to you, why you have written it. Let us put this as a equation number 2, where to utilize it. It means a relation between the electric field along the y direction and the applied magnetic field. And this particular equation can be rewritten as a function of, or in terms of, current density, means Jx. How to write it in terms of Jx? So what it would be? This electric field in y direction, this is equal to what? Vx, velocity in x direction, into Bz. So this can be written as Jx upon Q P naught Bz. This is equation number 3. And this equation, this electric field is known as Hall field. This is Hall field. The Hall coefficient is denoted by RH. Hall coefficient, this is denoted by RH, and RH can also be defined in terms of Hall field. Means RH is actually can be written as Hall field divided by the applied current density and magnetic field. It means what would be RH? This is applied electric field upon Jx into Bz. So from here it can be written as what? 1 upon Q into P naught. Let us say this is the equation number 4. And once the Hall coefficient is obtained, we can easily find out the hole density. So let us calculate hole density. Hole density is what? Here we are dealing in terms of holes, and P naught denotes the holes density. So it would be what? 1 upon Q into RH, and RH is the Hall coefficient. So this term would be what? Jx Bz upon Q EY. See, this is how, with the help of equation number 4, you have calculated the hole density. Hole density is denoted by P naught. So I hope till this particular point you are very much clear how to calculate it, how to write it down further. This Hall density can also be further extended as the numerator term was Jx into Bz, which is what? Ix upon W into T into Bz upon Q, and the Ey term can be written as Vh upon W. W is the width being considered over here. So what would be this particular term? It would be Ix Bz upon Qt Vh. This is the another way to write it down. The carrier mobility means, now let us extract the carrier mobility from Hall coefficient. So carrier mobility means in terms of holes it would be written as mu p, which is what? This is Jx upon Q P naught, which is the carrier concentration, into Ex, because x is the direction for the field. So this can be written as what? RH. RH is the Hall coefficient upon rho, where this term rho is the resistivity of the semiconductor. You already know this particular term. Resistivity of semiconductor is denoted by rho. So this is how you can calculate, you can extract the carrier mobility, means mu p, when we are dealing with the holes as a carrier over here. The Hall coefficient can be calculated. Hall coefficient can be calculated from the measured current which is Ix, and measured voltage. What is measured voltage? Measured voltage is the Hall voltage, built-in voltage, which is denoted by Vh. You have to remember this particular formula. This formula is very important. Means what is RH will be? It would be Vh upon Ix, direction is also being mentioned, into Bz, small t, which is the thickness, L is the length of the semiconductor bar, and W is the width. So this is how Hall coefficient can be calculated from Ix and Vh. Therefore, a measurement of Hall voltage is sometimes used to determine the type of semiconductors, the free carrier density, and carrier mobility as well, which I have told you what are the importance of Hall effect. Thank you so much for today's lecture.